It's long been a day of controversy. And a new poll shows that sentiment's growing. 26% of Aussies supporting changing the date, up from 20% last year.
It's great to celebrate our national history, but I don't think that's the right day to choose.
And while that shift sounds small, dig deeper and young people are behind the push for change. More than half of all millennials on board for a different day.
I definitely think that young people are driving change. I certainly see it in social media. There's lots of young people speaking about this particular topic.
This year, companies like Woolies, Deloitte, BHP, Telstra and Paramount are all giving employees the option to work on Thursday and take a different day off later.
And it's absolutely awesome to see so many organisations listening and supporting First Nations peoples.
Yeah, I definitely support that. I think everybody should just be at home doing nothing and being respectful.
Honestly, just a publicity stunt. I think some of these corporations, any media grab they can get, they'll take it.
Hobart, the latest council to join a raft of others banning citizenship ceremonies on January 26th. And in a decision that sent some Conservatives wild, Kmart just announced it's ditching the sale of any Aussday merch.
They're undermining all the foundations that hold us together as a nation.
This is a small minority ruling the majority.
I would say to all proud Australians, fine, thank you Kmart, I will never set foot in your shop again.
So as Australia Day unity phrase, is change inevitable?
If they move it, they move it. But I think Australia should celebrate the day.
I think there's a lot more appropriate days that we could have picked.
I'll certainly be thinking about the dark past on Australia Day, as well as celebrating what's good about Australia.
That's the thing about the question about is change inevitable, is what change are you talking about? Yeah. Because in some ways change has already happened.
Yes.
Australia Day can never be the same as it was like when I was a kid or whatever.
When they did the lamb ads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that wasn't very long ago.
No, but did you notice now they do the lamb ads without mentioning Australia Day?
Yeah. But it used to be all part of a thing. So that's gone. The question is, do you change the date of this day? And I'm far from convinced that would happen anytime soon. I reckon that's a much more difficult transition to make, partly because I still haven't heard anyone come up with a compelling case for what the alternative would be.
Well, even then, when one of the people in the Vox Pop was going, yes, we need to find another date. Well, what is it?
Yeah.
And also, why will that date be okay?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like if your issue is that Australia was colonised and Australia was invaded, changing the date of Australia Day, whatever that is not going to resolve that, is it?
Unless there's an intervening thing. So if, for example, we had a treaty, which, by the way, is a million miles away at the moment.
Right.
But say we did that, you could have that as the day. Or if we became a republic or something, which, again, I think a million miles away.
Right.
You could choose it. But until there's no national day, not that comes to mind or that I've heard, that would allow people to cohere around it. That's the thing.
Australia Day used to be my favourite holiday. I loved it, but the last few years, it's just getting harder and harder to celebrate when you see so many of our fellow Australians hurting so much. I heard one Indigenous commentator liken celebrating Australia Day on that date, January 26th, as like pressing on a bruise. It's still so painful for so many people.
No one's going to get the same thrills of wearing their Australia Day flag. And for starters, where are they going to buy it?
That's
Even Kmart's jumped off the bandwagon.
Yeah.